avoid account suspension / IP violations as best as possible using Buybot Pro. So I've got a few listings up here, and what I'm going to do is just go through them just so that you can have a little check. Not only we're going to look at the graphs at the bottom, we're also going to look at the whole Buybot Pro in general, just so that you can avoid them. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive into this. So the first thing you've got to notice on the right hand side here is obviously if it comes up with the IP radar, which is green, yellow or red. Now obviously red means there's been an official lodged complaint, but if it's orange it means, you know, suspected IP issues. If it's green, then you could be good to go, but that doesn't necessarily mean you are good to go. What you need to do is go down here to do some further analysis. Now the first thing I would notice over here is how many sellers there are, and as you can see there's only one, so straight away I'm suspicious, but we'll do further investigation. Also the stock count, they've got a lot of stock. To me it's pretty obvious this is either the main distributor or it is the brand itself selling. But let's do some further analysis. So with this first listing out of 3, which I'm going to show you as examples, let's first look at the graph down here. So if you look at the all-time here, if you click on toggle all-time, as you can see you toggle 365, all-time, 30 days, 7 days, 90 days, 180 days. We're going to toggle the all-time here, and I'm looking for telltale signs here as to say if this is suspicious or not. Now, the first thing I can notice here is it's pretty much one offer, which means one an Amazon FBA seller or Amazon seller, doesn't have to be FBA, the whole time. Okay, it's been the whole time, apart from a couple of, you know, pop-ups here, but then they've gone off straight away. So for me, it's pretty obvious that this brand, you know, protects their IP. Okay, and that's the first sort of telltale sign. Because yeah, you can also see there's not just one seller because all the others have gone out of stock or anything like that. This is consistently one seller and it's consistently good sales, so it shows you it's just the brand, and this is actually a phenomenal product. If we click on to the next example here, the first thing you want to notice is obviously you can just sort of tell that it's a private label product. You know, firstly it's in the watch category. Secondly, it just looks it. You know, you can just usually just tell. With sort of watch brands, usually it's the brand selling it or the distributor itself. Anyway, as you can see, this one's got an orange marker on it. This has got an orange marker on it on the Buybot Pro graph, which means it's suspected, but we're not sure. Okay. Now, if we carry on down here, let's look at the graph. So as you can see, we've only got one seller. So once again, and also it's the brand. You can see it's BIDEM, which is BIDEN. The same brand is actually selling it, and they've got a lot of stock. They're selling a lot of stock there. If we scroll down to the graph to do some further investigation, though, what you'll also notice is another few telltale signs. If we look at the all-time again here, the offers and reviews, we've got one seller selling this the whole time. There's never been another seller, and the sales are consistent. That shows me, yeah, pretty obvious of all them telltale signs that this is the brand selling it. Now for the third and most interesting example out of all of them, Nature's Plus. Now I actually got 3 IP violations from this brand. Yes, 3, because I used to sell not this exact product, but I used to sell this brand. And as you can see, we've got a red IP violation there. That wasn't there. There was no official complaints there when I actually sold this product. So that was actually green or orange. I can't remember. So obviously now you would avoid it, but what would you do without that? What would you do if you had to tell yourself? Now there's a couple of telltale signs again. Once again, we've got Plus Direct there, which is the official distributor, which we didn't know. So now we know that's the official distributor, and you've got Amazon. Okay, so obviously they've got to deal with Amazon, and that's quite clear that it's just one seller apart from Amazon. But what's interesting about this one, if you look at 365 days on this one, what do you notice around about here on the offers and counts? Sales were the same, fine. All of a sudden, boom, we went from 4 sellers there to nothing. No sellers whatsoever. Okay, and then we came back on here, and then boom, we're off again to one seller. And now here where we are now, it's just consistently one seller and Amazon. That shows me around about there, and it's quite likely, we never know, by the way, you never fully know with this, but it's quite likely that all the sellers got an IP violation, all the sellers got knocked off, and then we were left with absolutely no sellers whatsoever here. They tried to come back on again, and then they got knocked off again. Now, it could be for other reasons, so it doesn't matter about this specific example, but It's pretty likely that if you ever see something like this in the history, you should avoid it, even if for the last 6 months it's been selling absolutely fine. If you want to protect your account to the absolute maximum, you should avoid it if you see trends like this. Let me know in the comments if this video has been helpful. I did this video just to show you the true power of BuyBot Pro, and I will see you in the next video.